Hey, in this YouTube video, I'm going to show you how to manage inventory in Salesforce. So it's going to be like a report like this at the end with like different companies and then different states. And then it's gonna be like a pivot table kind of, and then you have like the chart over here, and you'll be able to update your inventory and filter by whatever day, and you can just keep uploading it from then on and manage your inventory and restock and delete out inventory with Salesforce. So on your home screen, you'll also have like a dashboard that you'll be able to reference with updated data as the inventory changes. I mean, this could also be accomplished with pivot tables if you watch my pivot table video, but I'm going to do it in Salesforce. So the first step is I'm going to go to leads and select inventory. So how this is going to work is basically if you go over here to like the gear icon and you select the fields to display, these are all the different fields that you could possibly have for a lead. And what I basically want to do is I want to create a field called like inventory, or like a number field associated with a lead. So in order to create your own field, you go to the gear icon, you select setup, and then you go to object manager in the quick find, and you select lead, field and relationships, and then new, and then you type what kind of field you want it to be. So I want it to be a number field. That lets me, I guess, add up So I'm just going to select number. Here are all the different fields, like you could do like text and whatever. So I'm going to do number because I want to just track inventory numbers. I'm going to press next. And for the field label, I'm just going to call it like inventory quantity 2. And you could adjust like the decimal points and the length for how many digits to the left of the decimal point you want. You can make it required and unique if you're working in other circumstances. And you can make it visible to particular users or not users. Press next, and then here is where you add it to the lead layout, and click save. So now on my leads page, I'm just going to click refresh. So now when I go to select fields to display, I have a new column called inventory quantity 2. For my purposes, I'm just going to leave it as inventory quantity since I already created inventory quantity, but I was just showing you how to create a new field that has numbers in it. So now I'm going to set up a queue for leads, and basically how that works is the queue is kind of like each of these custom list views, except it's kind of different because the queue, it'll actually like hold the information and you could assign all the leads to it. And then you could also assign leads to, like here I'll just go to like a particular, go to like today's leads. So when you click on like a lead, you could go to change owner and you could select a person or you could select a queue. And I'm going to make a queue called like inventory. So when you're working with the leads, you could upload it to person, and then you could like use that as like the placeholder where you just store it temporarily, and then you could assign it to a queue when you're done with it, and you could keep assigning it to a queue. So then when you're working with the reports, let me just go to my reports. So when you're working with the reports, and you click like edit, then your filters, you could actually like filter by queue owned leads, and then you could also filter the queue by a particular queue, which is inventory 2. So like you could also filter by like a particular user. So you can upload inventory to queues, you could upload inventory to users, and you could track like the inventory for each of those different groupings. And yeah, so now I'm just going to show you how to create a queue so that you can have additional options for where you store the inventory, not just on a person, like a user on Salesforce. It could also be a queue. So I'm going to go to Setup, Users, Queues, and I'm going to select New. I'm going to type in inventory 3 here. That'll be the name of it. And down here I'm just going to add lead. And I'm just going to add a user. Click Save. So now I have like a new queue called inventory 3. So I'm going to refresh. And like now when I click on a particular lead, I could click change owner, and then I'll switch to queues. I'll go to inventory 3. So now I could assign the owner as inventory 3 instead of the current owner. So I'm going to go to home, leads. So the current owner is inventory 2 for this one. Let me change my view. So now that I created a queue, and I also showed you how to create columns within leads, I'm going to show you like an upload. So basically what I did here is I made, let me go to inventory. So basically what I made here is I made an upload in Excel, and it has the field company. Here are all the different columns here, or fields. I have company, state, province, inventory quantity, exactly like Salesforce. And then I have two other columns, which are lead status and last name. So last name is the only required field for leads. If you, for example, if you go to new lead, like you have last name, company, and lead status are all required, and last names all have to be unique. So when you create an upload for leads, you could just do like an auto number for your last names, and then just make it like a unique number all the time whenever you upload. So you could just be like equals 999 plus, and then equals this plus 1. So you just gotta keep track of what's unique or not unique for the last name. So basically you save the file as, and you select CSV, comma delimited, and then it'll allow you to upload to Salesforce. So now I'm going to go over to inventory placeholder, my leads. This one is particularly inventory placeholder, my leads is a view that I created. So to create a view, you select the gear icon, you select new, and then you type like and then you click save, and that'll appear up here now. So on the filter, you can select it as my leads. So I guess when you upload it, the owner will be your like it'll be like you'll be the owner of all the accounts, and then I'll show you what to do after that. So I'm just going to click import individuals. I have a CSV file. Select desktop and inventory upload. So here's the field matcher. It matches based on the name, except for custom made fields, in which case I'm going to go down here to inventory quantity, and the other ones are matched. Press done. So now when I refresh, it uploaded only one. The reason it didn't upload the second one is because I already had a last name with 1000 in it. So let me make these unique. And then click like save again. So I'm just going to delete this lead and import. So whenever you upload something, if it's not unique, then Salesforce automatically doesn't upload it based on like only the last name for leads. So if you only see one row when you upload, then you know you had an issue. So now I just uploaded the two rows. So you could do like negative numbers if you need to like subtract out values. From your inventory. And over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this checkbox, which lets you change the owner for multiple leads at once. And then I'm going to select change owner. And initially, I guess, and let me just first, I'll show you who the owner is actually right now first. So I'll just add this as a column for now. So the current owner is the user Brian Nolau. And now I'm just going to select change owner. And I'm going to make the inventory 3 the owner for it. And I'm going to click submit. So now those leads disappear from this like placeholder upload list view that you created. And now you're ready to import more to this particular user. And then once you upload them, you can change the owner to the queue. And now that they're in the queue, so I'll go to reports and I'll create like a new report, and I'll base it off of leads, press continue, and I'll add like a column for like inventory quantity and I guess for state. So it has like all the columns within like inventory within your leads tab. So I'm just going to click refresh. I'm going to remove some columns, so I'm just going to select like which columns I don't want to see. In this report. And then you can like rearrange the columns. So like for like the filter, like right now it's filtered by my leads. I want to see like the queue owned leads because we assigned all the upload to inventory 3 queue. Right now it shows all of the queues. So like I have inventory 1, inventory 2, and inventory 3. So if you want like to separate your queues, you could have like warehouse 1, warehouse 2, warehouse 3 as different queues, and you could assign all of the inventories to different warehouses. And then it also, the filter, you could have it based on day. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do add filter, and I want lead owner to equal inventory 3. Click apply and refresh. So this has everything that we uploaded and assigned to inventory 3 for this report. And so basically now if I see how like everything's like negative and it sums up everything, so I'll just click save, and this will be like inventory 3 report, and I'll save it in private reports folder. Click save. So I mean, you can't create charts until you group something, so I'm going to group it by, I guess, company, and click refresh. So like the A company, it works exactly the same as like pivot tables. Like the rows is like the row in a pivot table, and then the columns is like grouping by the columns within a pivot table. So I'll show that real quick. Notice how it has like the record count under each of them. You could turn that off, but with the rows count down here. And you can see like the sum of the inventory by company and then by state. Like if there were multiple states here, it would have like the state, New Jersey here, New York here, etc. to the all the way to the right, and then it would total everything up still. And then if it had multiple companies, it would have like company A, company B, company C, etc. I think let me just save this report. I'll open up a different report that has that. So this one has like company A, B, D, and then all these different states over here. So I'm going to go back to inventory 3 report, and I'm going to click edit. So it lets you add a chart now that you added like grouping. So you click up here, click add chart, refresh, and then it just adds a chart. So I have negative 16,000 for company A. There's only one company here, so you only get like one bar. Just has negative. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do like another upload and just walk through it again. Except this time I'm gonna have like positive quantity, and I'll have like 2,000 for this one and 16,000 for this one, so that they'll both have 1,000 at the end. And I'll actually also add in like a new company, company B, and company B will have like 999. It'll be new, and then I just need like a unique last name for all of them again. So this one's gonna be like so they all have like unique last names, so I can upload it. So I'm going to click save, and I'm going to close out this report. I'm going to go to leads, and I'm just going to select the view where I upload stuff. I'm going to click import. Click refresh when I'm done. So everything just uploaded. Now I'm just going to select here, change owner to Q, and I'm going to assign it to Q3 again. Click submit. So now everything disappears from here. So now when I go to the reports, I'm going to go to inventory 3 report. Click edit. So now all that data got updated in this report already. And obviously now A is positive by 2,000 because you had 16,000 plus minus 15,000 is 1,000, and 2,000 minus 1,000 is 1,000, so it's 2,000 for company A, and then in New Jersey, and then obviously company B was in New York. So now I have those kind of columns, and that's kind of like how the report basically works. And I mean, you have like the filtering with like the lead owner is inventory 3, and I showed you how to make the queue for the leads, and I showed you how to make the column for the leads, so you can make your own columns, and then you could also you can make your own queues. And I mean, this report's based on inventory 3, but if you go to like the inventory 2 report, I made a separate queue called inventory 2, and this one is filtered by inventory 2, so you can keep track of your inventory in the different places, and it's pretty quick to find all your information within Salesforce. So that's kind of how this is useful. And then now I'll show you, I guess, the dashboard section. So basically what I did for the home page is I created a dashboard, and then I assigned it to the home page so you could track. Here's inventory 1 getting tracked on the home page. So when you log into Salesforce, you'll see what the inventory is. So now I'm going to try to add inventory 3 to this page. So to do that, you basically go to dashboards and select new dashboard, and I'm just going to call this like inventory 3. And then for a component, I'm going to select private reports, inventory 3 report, select, and then you could just select how you want to display it. I'm going to display it this way for this report. And you could select all your x-axis, y-axis, and whether you show values or not. And you could have it sorted, so it's in alphabetical order, New Jersey, then New York. And you could put like a subtitle. Which appears here, and like the title, so it would be like inventory 3 report, and I'll just put like $sign so you can see that. So that changes the title. You could change the footer down here and be like dashboard. So you could add like all this extra customization to your dashboard. I'm gonna click add. So I basically just created a dashboard here. I'm gonna click save. And this is my inventory 3 dashboard, so that's there now. So now to assign this dashboard to your home screen, you select setup, and then under here you basically type Lightning App Builder. You select Lightning App Builder, and this here is the one I did before, inventory 1, but I'm going to select new. And I'm going to select home page because I want this dashboard to get embedded onto the home page. And for the label, it's just going to call it inventory 3. Next. And here's how you could select like the formatting, like how you want it to kind of look. And I'm just going to click finish. So over here, you can drag your dashboard over there. And right now I have it linked to inventory 1. Which is the public dashboards. And I guess let me go back to my dashboards and see how I made it private. I'm going to change it to a public dashboard. Can you edit? Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm just going to create a new dashboard. I don't know how to change it to be public. Edit. Oh, yeah, so I'm just gonna, I click save as, and I'm gonna switch it to public dashboards, and I'm gonna click create. So now it's in the public dashboards. So let me just open this up, and I'm gonna delete out this dashboard and drag over dashboards and select inventory 3. So obviously it needs to be a public dashboard. And then you could adjust the height here. I'm just going to click save. And for activation, I'm going to go to, well, it already clicked here for add as organization default. So I can't do that now, but I already did it. So you can do that. You click here under org default, and you obviously save it. And then when you go to your home screen now I have inventory 3 on my home screen. So that's how you can, I guess, manage inventory and keep uploading and updating inventory within Salesforce and track your dashboards on your home screen. Thank you for watching my video.